Today is Tuesday, Avengers Campus opens on Friday, and my hype is at an all-time high. But one thing that I've been increasingly concerned about is just how many of us are going to be trying to get into Avengers Campus this weekend when the land opens. Capacity at California Adventure is 10,000 people. What percentage of those 10,000 people are going to be saying no thank you to the rest of DCA and trying to get into Avengers Campus and spending a whole bunch of time in there? And can Avengers Campus hold that many people? And it sounds like Disney's a little bit concerned about this too, because today, as part of this sort of getting ready for Avengers Campus thing, which is meant to be a fun little primer into enjoying the land, they did slip in a little bit, this little nugget saying that there will be a standby queue. Not a standby queue for web slingers, but a standby queue for the entire Marvel-themed land. And of course, this makes me think of the virtual queue system that they installed for Galaxy's Edge and how people were really stressed out about that. A lot stressed out about that. But this is a little bit different from that scenario for a couple of reasons. And first, because it's not a virtual queue at all. It's a literal, physical standby queue. They're going to tell you to go wait over there. So if the park opens at 9 a.m. and let's say, Avengers Campus is full by 10 a.m., they're going to, create a literal, physical standby queue outside the entrance to Avengers Campus. And then you'll have cast members out in front of the entrance and probably at the exit towards Mission Breakout, if that's what you want to call it, an exit. It could be an entrance. But they're going to be there, keeping track of who is leaving the land and then let in the appropriate number of guests. And I imagine, in my mind, this seems very similar to how they're handling World of Disney today in Downtown Disney, which if you've been to Downtown Disney, you know what I'm talking about. So they just keep a constant running number. There's a figure that they had, you get the +1, -1 kind of thing. And then let people in. Now, the good news is, when we're talking about comparing this to what happened with the virtual queue at Galaxy's Edge a couple summers ago, the good news is that that wasn't even a thing. What was a couple days? They had that in place for a couple days, and they're just like, you know what, we don't need it. Not enough people are going to Galaxy's Edge for this to be a problem. I don't know if that's going to be the case this time, because the situation is a little bit different. The fact that there's a limited number of people that you can fit in there, because of social distancing, may require that it may be that the standby queue has a little bit more legs. It may be needed for a little while longer while demand is high, possibly. So with that said, if your priority is getting to Avengers Campus this weekend or in the very near future, in the coming weekends, do plan accordingly. And by that I mean, don't mess around. Make it a priority. Get there early, get in there right away, that kind of thing. Now, it does sound like, by the way things are worded in that announcement, it does sound like one way that you can guarantee that you can get into Avengers Campus is if you do get a boarding pass for web slingers, if you get the virtual queue, if you get one of those spots, that does apparently give you access or get you into Avengers Campus when your boarding time is up. Per the Disney Parks blog, once a guest boarding group is called, they should head to the left of the land's main entrance along the parade corridor. There you may enjoy Avengers Campus after your boarding group has been called and you have entered the land. Now, it didn't say if this was a timed window. And by that I mean, let's say your boarding pass for web slingers is 1 p.m. Does that get you into the park or into the land right away at 9 a.m. as soon as you get in there? Or do you have to wait with everybody else? Or, or is it like you can get there 1 hour before at noon and then that gets you right in? I don't know, it's a little unclear, something that we're going to have to test out when we get there. My thinking though is that if you have a boarding pass, then you can just go directly into Avengers Campus. That's my guess, even if there is a standby queue at any time. That's just my guess though. We're going to test that live. Conversely though, one thing that definitely does not guarantee you access into Avengers Campus, one thing that they were very specific about in the Parks blog, was a mobile order for anything that they serve in Avengers Campus, be that Pim's Test Kitchen or shawarma or whatever. Having a mobile order does not guarantee you access into Avengers Campus. If you want to pick up your mobile order, you have to already be in Avengers Campus. Now, that doesn't mean you have to be in Avengers Campus to place your order. You just have to already be in there to pick up your mobile order. That is to say, you can't just roll in there and have a noon mobile order ready and just roll in at noon and expect to get in if there's a standby queue. So with that information understood, I feel like this really does make it clear that if Avengers Campus is a priority for you, you definitely need a plan. You have to have a plan. You have to be prepared to commit to your visit to Avengers Campus. You can't take this casually. Get there early. Place your mobile order as soon as you get into the land. If the land opens at, or if DCA opens at 9 a.m., place your order immediately as soon as you get in there for breakfast or for lunch or snacks or whatever, and then go directly into Avengers Campus. Don't wait around. Don't do anything else. I'm saying this if this is a priority for you. If you're going to be casual, but have your expectations set correctly. You may not get in. I don't know. But place your mobile orders, because there's going to be a lot of people ordering food. It's going to be like we've seen already at Disneyland, with mobile orders taking 2 hours, 3 hours to get filled. Expect more of that for Avengers Campus. Go to Avengers Campus, stay there. Now, if your plans are for dinner at Pym's Test Kitchen, well then, I mean, that changes things a little bit, because I don't imagine very many of us can spend 8 hours at Avengers Campus. I mean, I might be able to. I think I probably could. I think I could spend 8 hours at Avengers Campus. I may put that to the test. I'm not sure. But for most people, I don't think that's the case. So if you're going to place your order for dinner at Pym's Test Kitchen, let's say at 5 o'clock, then you're going to have to negotiate the standby queue. You may have to plan ahead. Ask a cast member. Go out front, ask a cast member how long the standby queue is, and just keep that. You don't have to necessarily mean at 5 o'clock, because we're not going to be able to predict what it's going to be like at 5. But if you see a queue that stretches to meters or further, ask them, how long is that wait? And if they say that wait is an hour, then plan accordingly. At 5 o'clock, or be in that queue by 4 o'clock or something like that. I will say this, though. The fact that Disney has said up front that they're going to do a physical standby queue rather than the more formal virtual queue that we saw them do for Galaxy's Edge, the fact that they're doing a physical standby queue suggests to me that they're not expecting this to be a huge problem. They're not expecting it to be a huge problem. They're not expecting to see masses of people waiting to get into Avengers Campus. That was the expectation for a virtual queue, and if they did expect that again, that is for Galaxy's Edge. If they did expect that again for Avengers Campus, they probably would have tried to make use of a virtual queue system again. This suggests to me that they do expect there to be peaks, surges of times where there's going to be a lot of people getting in line, but it's not going to be all day. I would say at the very opening, between 9 and 10, that kind of thing, maybe during lunch, maybe during dinner, whatever those peak dining times are, is when you're going to see the most people trying to get into Avengers Campus. And perhaps the thinking is that maybe Avengers Campus can hold, thousands of people. Maybe they can hold the number of people that they're expecting to be there out of the 10,000 that are going to be admitted into DCA on this day, on June 5th. We're still under limited capacity. We're not at June 15th yet. Whatever the case may be, this is going to be quite an adventure. I cannot wait to just see how all this unfolds, both good and the bad and the ugly, all of it. I want to see, everything that happens at Avengers Campus. We're going to be there the opening weekend, Friday and Saturday. I'm going to be testing it from both sides, starting in DCA on Friday, and then starting at Disneyland on Saturday and trying to get into Avengers Campus at 1 p.m. That's going to be an adventure. Stay tuned for that. In the meantime, stick around. At the end of my little outro here, I'm going to show you our foodie guide to all the foods you can find at Pym's Test Kitchen and Shawarma, or at the Shawarma Palace at the end of this video. Stay tuned for that. Otherwise, thanks everybody for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Be safe out there. Oops, I'm sorry. Instagram. Follow us on Instagram at _FreshBaked. Follow us on Twitter at FreshBakedDisney. That's fresh with no E. Follow us on TikTok at FreshBakedDisney. And then be safe out there. Be kind to one another. And FreshBaked. Oh, and watch the foodie guide. This is going to be one of the coolest videos I've made in a while, at least for me personally. I'm super hyped about this. Theme dining is alive and well. Just look at what they're doing at Pym's Test Kitchen in Avengers Campus. Today, Disney revealed the Foodie's Guide to Avengers Campus, and of course, the star of this show will be the food at Pym's Test Kitchen. I haven't been this excited about eating at Disneyland ever. I mean, Docking Bay 7 was a curiosity. It was fun. I still like going there, but it never did get me this excited as I am about Pym's Test Kitchen. I am 100% dying to try all of this. So let's take a closer look at the menu. Let's take a look at that foodie guide, and we'll start with E × 2 plus B divided by T Even the names are cool. That's a cool name for a meal. And what that is, this is breakfast, by the way. That's eggs 2 ways with smoked bacon, crispy potato bites, and focaccia toast. Are the eggs micro, or is the bacon and toast macro? Then there's the Impossible Quantum Garden Breakfast with plant-based folded omelet with Impossible breakfast sausage, crispy potato bites, and more of that focaccia bread. Happy to see that Disney is getting more into the vegan side of things. I mean, everybody wants this right now. So I'm glad to see that they're adding vegan items to the menus. Next, we've got this ever-expanding Cinnapim toast. Okay, maybe I was wrong about the names because they're back with the puns. Baked pim particle bread and egg custard with cinnamon sugar topping, a fried egg, smoked bacon, and maple syrup. And then I believe this is the Cinnapim mini toast with turkey bacon and maple syrup for the kids. Also, not pictured is something that they call the spoonful of cereal, which doesn't sound like a lot. I don't think I want a spoonful of cereal, so I would assume the spoon is actually going to be enormous. This is so fun. This is so fun. I want to eat cereal out of a giant spoon. And by the way, that's just breakfast. The fun has already begun with just breakfast. There are going to be snacks, drinks, and entrees. Let's keep going. This is something that I've had my eye on. 453.8 grams of Bavarian-style pretzel. I've been wanting this for a long time, and it comes with a sharp cheddar beer sauce. There's another pretzel, the Atomic Fusion pretzel. It's served buffalo style, loaded with chicken, hot sauce, ranch dressing, blue cheese crumbles, celery, and dill pickled carrots. Okay. What about a Pingo Dolce? Did I say that right? I have no idea. A lemon lime drink with a vanilla kick? Oh, this is from the Hulk. This is the drink that killed Stan Lee. You can also get the Proton PB&J Punch, which is a Minute Maid lemonade with peanut butter and strawberry flavors, and peanut butter infused whipped cream, and peanut butter pretzel spheres. What? Let's get into the entrees. How about a pamini? I said pamini, pimini. Salami, rosemary ham, provolone, sun-dried tomato spread on focaccia bread with marinara and arugula salad. And just look at that pickle topper. You just haven't really seen anything like this. They don't make sandwiches, or they hadn't made sandwiches like this for a long time at Disneyland. It used to be very basic. Chicken sandwiches, burgers. But in the last few years, and now we've come to this point today with Pym Test Kitchen, food has become a thing at Disneyland. This looks like some kind of deconstructed version of a Caesar salad, I guess. And it appears so. That's a colossal crouton served on a romaine heart with Kalamata olives. Love me some Kalamata olives. They are delicious, especially just in small doses. A couple here, a couple there in a salad. Fantastic. Okay, so you also get pickled onions with obviously Caesar dressing and Parmesan crisps. And then finally, something that we've been seeing teased for a long while in all these photos that have been leading up to the reveal or the opening of Pym Test Kitchen, and that is this rigatoni and ditalini pasta with an enormous single meatball on top. And actually, that's an Impossible meatball. So we're back again with more vegan food. It's served in tomato sauce, dairy-free Parmesan, and micro basil. What's macro basil? So that's 2 vegan meals being served at Pym Test Kitchen. Well done. Now, mind you, I'm not vegan myself, far from it, but I think it's great. I think this is great that they're giving more of a variety for more people to enjoy themselves and not force them into the same old, like I said, the same old cheeseburger and chicken sandwich. Kudos to Disney for trying to think outside the box on this stuff. Also not pictured is the PB&J cubed sandwich. I'm not sure what the cubed means, unless they mean it's cubes. I mean, it's cubed, but is it a joke? So that's gonna be PB&J with banana and then candied bacon on Pym particle bread with a micro banana smoothie and potato bites. Candied bacon on a PB&J, that's got me interested. That is getting added to the list. Actually, well, let's be honest. The whole menu so far is on my list of things to eat. This might be the only thing I eat. This might be the only place I go to eat for the first few visits when Pym Test Kitchen opens. That's where I'm going to be living for a while. By the way, no sign no mention of French fries. Not a single fry to be found anywhere on that menu. That's great, because Disney can't do fries. Let's just say that. I've had a few with some of their meals. They're not that great. They're not good at all. They don't compete. I would much rather have crispy tots than a Disney fry. And there are also kids' meals, including the Teeny Pimini with toasted ham and provolone, the Sumatomic chicken sandwich, also not tiny, another PB&J meal, but this time it's build your own. Fascinating. Love the look of that bread. That bread looks cool. You got a mini pasta and Impossible meatballs, which is another vegan option, this time for the kids. And lots of alcohol to be had as well at Pim Test. Actually, it's Pim Taste Lab, which is right next to it. It all looks like one big place to me. You got gin drinks, you got tequila drinks, you got seltzer drinks, and yes, beer and wine. That right there is the Molecular Meltdown. It's marshmallow milk stout and vanilla ice cream topped with miniature marshmallows. Huh? Well, that's Pim Foods at Pim's Test Kitchen. Can't wait, can't wait. I am super, super hyped for this. But there is more at Avengers Campus, not just Pim Test Kitchen. Here's the shawarma. On the left is the chicken shawarma with garlic spread, coconut yogurt sauce, and pickled vegetables. On the right is the Impossible Victory Falafel with cauliflower, garlic spread, hummus, and coconut yogurt sauce served with pickled vegetables. Then there's Terran Treats, which will be located over there by Mission Breakout. They've got these fascinating looking desserts. That's the Cosmic Cream Orb, which is a crispy cream puff with whipped raspberry cheesecake mousse, and a sweet spiral ration, which is a literal twist on the churro, a spiral actually to be exact, in unique flavors, though they don't really detail what those flavors are. Guess you're gonna have to find out. And finally, yes, you can get one of those Pim Particle, those blue capsules that we've seen pictured with the food leading up to this event. You can buy one of those, and I guess they work like glow cubes. You can drop them in your drinks. Cool. You can also buy an Iron Man themed Infinity Gauntlet and a Pingo Dolce soda can. It's not a regular aluminum can of soda, more like one of those traditional sipping mugs, bigger, that they also fill with a drink of your choice. I'm hyped. Did I mention that I'm hyped? And I'll tell you why. Because it feels like this here is Disney has cracked the code. I feel like Disney has cracked the code on integrating the theme park experience. It's not just about going to Disneyland and going on a ride. It's not just about the Spider-Man ride. It's not just about Rise of the Resistance at Galaxy's Edge. Shopping is now show. Eating is now show. It's all show. The whole thing is show, and I am here for it. I am 100% here for it. This is the future of theme park entertainment. So, subscribe to FreshBaked and turn on the notifications so that you can be kept up to date of all of our updates when this happens. When we go to Avengers Campus on June 4th, we will see you there. We'll have the best coverage of all of this anywhere you can find on YouTube. We are the best of Disney, Bake Fresh Daily. You can also follow us on Instagram at _FreshBaked and on Twitter at FreshBakedDisney. That's fresh with no E. And we are now on, or we're just getting started, on TikTok at FreshBaked Disney. Otherwise, thanks again for watching, everybody. We do appreciate it. We love you very much. Be safe out there. Be kind to one another. And FreshBaked.